Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to the premiere episode of the Saturday Morning Review, the toy and cartoon show dedicated to the classic characters, toys, and cartoons of the Saturday morning era. I am your host, Intern Rick, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jazwares Tom and Jerry figures. Sit right back. Considered one of the greatest rivalries in American film history, Tom and Jerry made their first appearance in 1940, appearing in 114 theatrical shorts created by Hanna-Barbera for MGM Studios. Since their debut, the duo has starred in over 161 short subjects and countless feature-length films, capturing the hearts and imaginations of children young and old for over 6 decades. Now Jazwares Toys brings us these amazing 3 3/4 inch figures. So we will start by taking a look at the Tom figure. The figures come on a pretty nice standard cardboard bubble card. It actually features a cast photograph of many Hanna-Barbera characters on the back, along with the character franchises that will appear in this line. I have actually cut this very carefully so I can pull the bubble tray out and actually put the figure back in my card after I'm done. There is no twist ties actually holding anything in place, so the accessories and the figure pop right out. And we have our Tomcat. So I will note that the one thing I noticed about these figures right in the packaging is they use a lot of molded bare plastic. And normally I'm not necessarily opposed to that, and it doesn't look too bad on these figures considering they're classic cartoon characters, but sometimes it does kind of take away from the mold. You can get little lines and blemishes and stuff here and there, but they don't really take too much away from these figures. Man, these figures are so beautiful. We've got wrist articulation. It doesn't twist, but it does move back and forth, and it does the same thing at the elbow. We've got a pivoting shoulder blade and up and down movement on both sides. And we got a separation at the waist here. Now I am noticing that, yep, the figures do come apart pretty easily, it seems like. So hopefully, well, the head does the exact same thing. I wonder if we could intermix the Jerry mouse and create a nice little Tom and Jerry zombie. So we've got articulation down at the thigh area here, which actually rotates back and forth and up and down, and we've got articulation at the ankle. So here we have our Tomcat. So he includes this nice little classic cartoon style mallet, which fits right into his hand. But it does kind of make him top heavy. I would guess you probably have to use the mallet to support his weight if you were going to actually have him hold the mallet. And then he also comes with this nice little mouse trap, which whenever we get to the Jerry figure, you will notice the humor. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and sit that down. So yeah, there's the Tomcat figure. Tail and everything included, his happy little face and his yellow eyes. So it looks just like Tomcat in the cartoon. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll set him off to the side, and we'll move this packaging out of the way, and we will move on to the Jerry figure. Now, again, just like with the Tom, nothing holding the Jerry figure into the packaging. He just pops right out. So we'll go ahead and get his accessories out of there first, and then out comes Jerry. Now, right away, I'm going to go ahead and just point out my little nitpickiness with this toy line. If you notice, I'm going to try and get Jerry to stand up here, which I don't know if he's going to do. Let's see here. Alright. Tom is just about nearly as tall as Jerry. Now, unless this is supposed to be Giant Jerry from that classic cartoon episode where he takes the potion and grows into a giant Jerry mouse, I think their scale and portions are a little off here. But nonetheless, awesome little figure here. Again, he's got the same shoulder articulation. It pivots and lifts up and down. Now his hands actually do rotate, where Tomcat's do not. So it's got the back and forth pivoting action here, and then it actually rotates at the wrist too. So we've got the mid-riff articulation, and oh, well, the head comes off much easier than the body comes apart, so that's good. And we've also got thigh articulation, and again, this moves up and down and around. And then we've got the hinge ankle articulation here, and a cute little tail. So that is our Jerry. Alright, and he also comes with this little block of cheese and some fake dynamite. I'm honestly kind of surprised that there's not some kind of, I don't know, bad message or whatever to include a little fake stick of dynamite with a toy these days, but, well, you'll never be surprised. So, it does kind of look like this Jerry figure does not really like to stand on his own, no matter how I position his feet. So, there he goes. And down he goes. Alright, so that's going to do it for our look at Jazwares Tom and Jerry. Well, alright everybody, that'll about wrap it up for this week. What'd you think? Some good cartoon goodness? Some pretty good figures on the whole. I really like them. I do wish they would do something about that bare plastic and those figures popping apart pretty easy, but other than that, I really like them. Be sure to check back next week whenever we take a look at the Jazwares Yogi Bear figure and we continue this awesome Saturday morning goodness. Until then, I'm Intern Rick, and take care.